Well, JP Morgan believes that Hindalco, whose stock price currently is at roughly about 290 rupees, can actually hit 500 rupees in the next 12 to 18 months. Remember that this stock price of the aluminium and copper major has just been between 65 to 280 rupees over the last decade. It's always been stuck in this range. Even now, in fact, when it is trading, thanks to this entire big metal and commodity rally that we have been witnessing, it's just trading a little at the upper end of that band at roughly about 290 rupees. But JP Morgan definitely is very optimistic on the stock. They believe that in order for it to be able to reach that 500 rupee mark, though, there are three variables that must fall in place. One, good global growth. Second, re-rating. And third, ROE-focused capital allocation. Now, remember that let's talk about the first variable, and that's global growth. The continued strong global growth is vital. That will support aluminium demand, both upstream as well as downstream. But so far, growth has been restricted to just a few quarters here and there. And that's perhaps one of the reasons, according to JP Morgan, why the stock has always traded in this small band. Now, according to them, growth will pick up, and that in turn will increase investor interest in cyclicals like Hindalco. The second variable is ROE focus. Now, this ROE expansion should be visible in the company's capital allocation and growth capex with clearly defined expected IRRs. Plus, we'll have share buybacks as well, which according to JP Morgan should come by, and that will obviously drive the near-term ROE expansion as well. In the recent earnings call, by the way, we had the MD Satish Pai saying that keeping in mind the strong growth outlook and the expected strong demand recovery, they have also kick-started especially their downstream capex. So that on its own does tend to have better ROEs. And the third variable is re-rating. Now, JP Morgan says that one of the persistent questions from investors has been that even as Hindalco runs among the lowest cost aluminum operations and the largest and most profitable downstream operations, why does it trade at such low valuation multiples of just 7 to 8 times the PE and just 4 to 5 times the EV/EBITDA? Globally, and for almost a decade, in fact, investors have more or less derated global cyclicals. They've sort of stayed away from it. But now they believe that as you know, there is this whole momentum in global growth, investors may reverse course and once again look at cyclicals in a favorable manner, look at increasing their exposure as well. So largely, these are the three variables. However, it's not going to be an easy task for sure, because we are looking at a 60% upside potential, for Hindalco from these levels. So according to JP Morgan, it will take roughly 12 to 18 months for all of these variables to come into place, and that could spur that appreciation in Hindalco's stock price that could take it to a level of 500 rupees per share.